Yo, yo, yo! What's up, good people of Earth? Thank you very much for clicking. You are a beautiful and wonderful soul. Straight out of Africa with good vibes, lots of love, peace, forgiveness, and unity as our message to the world. With a compilation of all types of videos. Watch till the end. Smash the like button and tell us where you are watching from, man. You are loved and respected. Good vibes till the end. Let's dive in.
Now this is
What do you think it is?
Can someone please tell me at what age do men start scream sneezing?
Oh, I thought men never do that. Ah,
One of the clearest signs that somebody has experienced a lot of chronic shame is that they actually feel that they can be more themselves when they are alone compared to when they are with other people.
huh. There's a Bob. What is this now? Oh, is this some building, some spaceship that fell, some old civilization, some prison? What is that thing? Ah.
And then she tried to do it again, and I was like, "Are you dumb?" Because that just doesn't make sense. Like, it just wasn't getting through to her that everything that was going down for a reason.
ring the guards. No, ring the guards. Ring the guards. Guards are to be rang. Rang. Watch. This man is very aggressive.
Huh. I was 2 years old when I found out this. That's interesting. Oh, look at another beautiful hack. I didn't know that, but I've never used that too. You see, here from this side of the world, most toilets are latrines. You can't risk doing that. That thing will fall down there. Anyway, much love to all humans from all sides of the world. I was 2 years old when I realized, what? All these things seems they have been unknown to me, and they are pretty easy. And it's wow, it's nice, man, to understand and to get to see this. And oh my God, how come so these things have always been unknown to me? Anyway, much love to these guys sending good vibes videos out there and sharing information freely. It's incredible, man. Good vibes.
From the new age, and found Jesus and everything, and now they cast everything aside that is not Jesus. So everything is.
Then they don't actually understand Jesus,
Mm.
because there have been many misinterpretations and misrepresentations and misunderstandings about what Jesus actually said and what he was all about, because a lot of the dialogue that came from him and others around him have been altered for the purposes of political power and certain kinds of gain, and therefore you don't really have an absolutely thoroughly accurate representation of what was really said at the time. Plus, in not understanding Jesus in the full capacity of his expression, then many people who purport to understand him or purport to believe in him actually have no understanding of the fact that he was presenting both a male and a female aspect in the Mary of the Magdalene. This is a couple. This is a male and female representation in balance, and many of the things that were actually talked about are extremely metaphysical and not exactly what the idea of the Christian belief system purports to be true.
Mm. Got it. So more, this is hard for me to ask, but more, okay, so more like how you've said the Magdalena things and more of the Essenian stuff and the Rosicrucian stuff is a little more coordinated.
Even there are misinterpretations in those. It is more the pure idea of the understanding of the balance between male and female in the expression of Yeshua and Maria, or Miriam the Magdalene.
So more just the simplicity of harmony between the sexes.
Yes.
Okay.
And the idea of the understanding of both sides' connection in balance to all that is, and the expressions thereof, many of which are very familiar now to those who have listened to metaphysical concepts in your modern age.
misunderstood in his day.
Very much so. Still misunderstood to this day.
And the Bible, I'm thinking, isn't an accurate translation of what he was trying to
Not
teach
always,
us
no.
and tell us.
No. Much of what, in that sense, that individual was teaching is very similar to what you are now understanding in what you call your metaphysical age. The idea is that simply people back then couldn't understand it. But to put it in a more fundamental sense, Yeshua, or as you say, Jesus, really did not intend in any way, shape, or form to create followers. Intended to create leaders, equals. Did not intend to create Christians per se, intended to let you all know you are Christ's. That's the greatest misunderstanding of the information. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. So much of what you're understanding today is the idea that that individual was teaching, even down to the concept of how powerfully your beliefs create your reality, yes? Because did not, in that sense, at least to some degree, the Bible quote him as saying, it is your belief, it is your faith that has made the difference? Yes? And did it not also say that when Yeshua even went back to his hometown, because people there only knew him as a carpenter and did not believe in the things that other people said he could do none of those things in his hometown. And the Bible says so very clearly. You understand?
Yes.
It's all about the idea of your belief system. It's all about the idea of what you know to be true. It's all about your actions, all about your alignment. This is all that individual was saying, and that's what he meant when he said, I am the way. He meant, be this way. I'm the example. I'm the way. Be like me.
Yes. Good day.
Good day. Thank you. Thank you so very much for this communication.
All right. Thank you as well. And you are welcome.
Someone who is not here asked me if I would inquire as to what you may know about the history of a historical religious figure in our time called Mary Magdalene.
Guys?
And they were curious as to what is her true history.
Well, we cannot give you all of it, but you all understand, as many of you already are beginning to realize, that she was, in your terms, Yeshua, chief disciple. You understand? Yes. You understand Yeshua?
Yes. Yes.
Yeshua, what you call Jesus.
Yes.
In the Aramaic tongue, Yeshua, and she was his chief disciple. It was given to her what is called the arcane and ancient knowledge to share with the other disciples. It was given to her so there would be the balance of the male and the female in this way, as was understood to be important by Yeshua. And in this way, it was given to her to disseminate that information upon what you would call his departure or relocation. But of course, because of the times, because of the cultures, much of that was overlooked, lost, suppressed, and so forth. Nevertheless, in that sense, she made many journeys, traveled to many lands, disseminating information, and of course, the primary information at that time was not so much what you would now today recognize as religious, but spiritual, metaphysical, and the reflection and reassurance that what Yeshua was saying was not that you should follow, but that you should lead, that you should all recognize and awaken within yourselves that you are all Christs, all Buddhas, all Krishnas, all reflections of the infinite in your own way, and that to express that, to walk the path, to be the way, is to simply be your own version of that idea. Of course, again, much of this was lost, but now your society is awakening to these notions and beginning to recognize the importance of reestablishing the balance of the male and the female energy, as in that particular modality represented by Yeshua and the Magdalene. You understand?
Yes.
Does that answer your question specifically enough, or is there some other avenue you wish to go down with this?
Many wondered if she bore children from Yeshua.
Yes.
So there is a Jesus bloodline.
Yes.
On it today.
Yes. What is commonly referred to as the Merovingian. You understand? There is a term, Merovingian. Some might pronounce Merovingian. The Merovingian bloodline is the bloodline of Yeshua. You can do your research and look up the word. All right? Yes.
Did Yeshua or Jesus, many have said that he was an ascended master as he incarnated into this planet, and he was from another planet like yourself.
No, not really. The idea is more a recognition of a connection to a higher frequency or dimension of reality rather than specifically what you would understand as a planet. You understand? But did not even really call himself an ascended master. You understand? Simply said, everyone is a master. The idea of the so-called second coming on your planet is simply the awakening within each and every individual of that truth. You understand?
Yes.
Does that help you?
Yes.
Did someone say no?
I said no.
All right. How does this not help you?
Well, I was just wondering,
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
Does he come back also though in an enlightened form, or that we will know him, or is it like you're saying just inside ourselves we will know?
Well, there's nothing just about it. But the idea is that when you, each and every one of you, achieve the vibrational frequency within yourselves individually, you will also then be able to perceive that individual in the reality plane in which he exists. So in a sense, it is both. But you have to meet him halfway. You understand?
Well, how would that be accomplished by us humans on Earth?
Well, very easily. Would you like me to explain how?
Yes, I would.
Well, thank you very much. It is actually very simple. Of course, humans have made it very complicated because we understand that humans love to complicate things. But that is all right because everything is valid. Nevertheless, there is actually a very simple way to understand how to accelerate your vibrational energy to the plane that Jesus was talking about. Of course, a lot of it has to do with love. You understand?
Yes.
Unconditional love. Now, if you are expressing unconditional love, you are expressing not only unconditional love for others, but you are expressing unconditional love for yourself. And the one way you express unconditional love for yourself, or
much love to everybody out there.
Stop,
Man.
you're gonna want to hear this.
Simeon Toco was a black African man born in 1918, and he had superhuman abilities similar to Jesus Christ. He was healing people, and he even summoned cherubim and seraphim angels to help defeat the Belgian army. As crazy as this may sound, this is a true story. We'll get into the other unbelievable superhuman things he did in a bit. The elite powers do not want the world knowing about this man because he was the first of many more Messiah-like figures to emerge. In the 1960s, Simeon Toco said more people like him would come and that the elites wouldn't be able to stop us.
Chosen
It is
ones.
believed Simeon Toco was the first of the 144,000 described.
Come on now.
He was healing people and performing supernatural miracles. Some of the superhuman qualities Simeon Toco had was regenerating after attempts on his life, even if he was completely eradicated. One time doctors heard of the rumors of his mystical abilities of being immortal, and they removed his heart surgically to see if it was true. He woke up from the operating table saying, "Why are you persecuting me like this? Give me my heart back." Leaving the doctors completely shocked. Simeon Toco was reaching people with his message, and the cabal attempted to silence him for lack of better words. Once they found out he had Jesus-like abilities, but no attempts on his life succeeded, and he just kept coming.
Like you said, the first of the 144,000, or as we would call it, the chosen ones, the people who waking up right now. Let me know what y'all think about Simeon Toco, who came back with Jesus-like powers, in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom, and stay tuned. Follow me on YouTube if y'all want that exclusive content. And by the way, this video is for entertainment purposes only.
Oh my god, that's incredible. Ah! The flat earth I saw, they call it Antarctica. Oh my god. Oh, do you mean some guys have gone and climbed the Great ISO? Is that true?
The Russian suppressor had just been turned off. Try seated. Please keep your receiver freshened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence.
you guys that have used planes, what are those?
Hey, yo.
Oh, didn't know fish could
Okay,
do that.
we might not want to go to Asgard anymore because of the intel that I gathered that apparently the Asgardians don't like visitors from Middle-earth. So instead we could go to Iwas, the Levitating Continent, because apparently there is already a cult there that is trying to recruit us to come over there. So let me tell you a little bit about this place. Now if you look at the outline of this continent, it's actually got a blue glowing line, which is supposed to illustrate that this thing is actually floating in the air. It's not in contact with any of the water, so we'll have to figure out how to fly up there. But it's floating because there's a magnetic rock or something, and the resonant frequency is less than oxygen. It's less dense than it, so it floats in the air. And the cult that lives there is called the Intergalactic Traveling and Multidimensional Communicative Ancestral Grounds, and it consists of an elder race of very powerful beings that originated from the Caribbean inside of Middle-earth where we live, and they speak a specific tongue that is similar to West Caribbean dialect. And there isn't much written about these guys. What I do have is that they use their telepathic powers to infiltrate the minds of people like us who live in like the Middle-earth area of the map to bring us over to this continent through a multi-dimensional portal so that we can become part of their population. And to be honest, this is making me not want to go there. I never wanted to go here in the first place, but it's, you know, it's an option because it seems like everyone on these continents are hostile now. But like, I don't know why these guys are so down bad to have us come over there. Like, what do you need us to be in your population? Like, you need us to like breed with you or something? Like, is your population dwindling? Like, what's going on there? So I don't know if I want to go here, but you know, a levitating continent does seem kind of peaceful. So who knows, like maybe they're actually good guys, but like they don't need to infiltrate our minds. Like they could just call us up or FaceTime us, you know?
Oh my god! Let's share your thoughts on that. Too much suffering. Does it ever end? Huh? Oh my god! Yo, this is a robot that does what? Some cleaning or what's that? Huh? Oh my god! Whoa!
Have you guys ever wondered why the sky's blue? Of course you have. Everybody has. Every kid's asked that question at some point. And no, it's not this dumb explanation. This doesn't even make any sense, does it? Let's be honest. No, actually, the Bible tells us very clearly why the sky's blue. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 66. This is what the Lord says. Heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. So everybody knows the earth is God's footstool. But what does he mean by that? Well, let's take a look at Exodus 24:10. There they saw the God of Israel. Under his feet seemed to be a surface of brilliant blue lapis lazuli, as clear as the sky itself. How about that? And I'll do you one better. Let's check out Ezekiel chapter 1. Now, if you guys are familiar with this chapter, it's very strange. Ezekiel has a vision of heaven and sees 4 very strange looking angels. But I don't want to talk about them today. I can do that in a future video if you guys like. But first, let's focus on what's above these angels. As they stood with wings lowered, a voice spoke from beyond the crystal surface above them. Above this surface was something that looked like a throne made of blue lapis lazuli. And on this throne, high above, was a figure whose appearance resembled a man. So God's feet literally rest on the sky or the heaven above us. And lapis means stone, and lazuli means sky or heaven. So the hard fixed firmament above us is made of a clear blue stone called lapis lazuli. And that's why the sky is blue. How about that? Pretty cool, right?
What do you think? Does that guy have a point?
This is how you send a message to somebody telepathically. Step 1, envision them in front of you. Step 2, see them happy. Step 3, send them a positive message. Step 4, see that message penetrating their third eye. And step 5, sit back and let it happen. Love and light.
Good vibes till the end. Good. Anyone wonder how the Simpsons predict the future? Do they really do that? Oh. Do they really predict the future, or is this, what do you call it, predictive programming or something like that? You guys that know about those heavy words of programming people using movies or the things they show on TV, what is it called? Help us say in the comment section. But do you really think they predict the future? This is kinda creepy though. I'd like to know everybody's thoughts on this, because this is something though that we have come across in several episodes, and it is always dazzling my mind. And I wonder, is this real? Is this predicting? Or what's happening out there? Or is this whole thing a show and it's just some games they are playing to us? They show us on TV what's going to happen. Yo, please share your thoughts on what you think about this. Because this is very creepy. How comes they only show it on this cartoon and it always happens? Is it even cartoon or animation? I'm sorry if I offend any of you guys that love them and I call them that. But you see, from this side of the world, growing up, I see anything that does not have real humans, I call it cartoon, but I'm very sorry anyway. Much love to all humans out there, even the ones that animate this stuff. Because this does my mind, and I wonder how this is possible, how this stuff we see it in cartoons and it comes to life. How is this thing going? Anyway, from wherever you're going, we are all over, man. Share love. You see, whenever they see them showing love, or in a time where people shall be always loving one another. Well, let's do that when you are alive. You see, share your love from wherever you are and carry. That way we can impact the cartoons that they'll be showing in the future. There are sometimes that guys used to love one another and care for one another. Good vibes, yo. You see, even these characters, how they are just made, they look like specific people in the society, people you can recognize, and it's very creepy how those specific people are the ones that is still in real life do that. You wonder what's going on. The math is not mathing there, and it's something very creepy. You guys, please share your thoughts. Thanks to those guys that have been hitting the like button, watching till the end, leaving some comments there. You are all loved and respected. Good vibes to all of you, man. May the universe reward you. Oh my god, and that looks like that plane ready and some place in Maui. And some place in this cartoon, I've said, it also looks like something creepy happened. Something that kinda explains what happened in that fire in that cartoon, which is almost similar to what's going on. Anyway, I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just sharing my thoughts. Share your thoughts in the comment section. You see, these videos are for entertainment purposes. And when you see something you can comment about, please feel free to do so. Let's make this word a village in the comment section. Comment from wherever you're watching from. You see, you might as well come across your life partner. Who knows? Oh, much love to you.
Goes like this. Here in this region, a lot of people know it as the pineal gland, the third eye. It's a psychic center. And from my experience, I can say this is where pure consciousness is. This is where your body's intelligence, or a manifestation of your body's intelligence, lies in. There's a mind here in this area that is beyond any form of conditioning, that is beyond any thought. It encases all knowledge. It's all in this area. And it is possible to connect with this intelligence here in your forehead. And that is the goal of meditation. The goal of meditation is to access pure consciousness, to become one with the source. Guys, if you're sitting in a chair chanting Om with your eyes closed, you will never access pure consciousness. You can do this for years, and I've seen many people do it for decades, and they don't really attain any breakthrough because they're not connecting with anything. Their eyes are just stagnant. Their eyes are just looking into nothing. It's just closed. The real way to meditate is to connect with the intelligence here. And the only way to connect with this intelligence, you need to center your point of focus and concentrate here. The ancient teaching, the ultimate secret from the East, how to properly meditate, how to access pure consciousness. You must develop a strong eye where you can do this. This is meditation, folks. This is the secret, or this is this truth that they have been hiding from you. This is meditation. By me focusing, I am now connecting with that pure consciousness, that higher intelligence in my body. That intelligence those or people call God. This is how you meditate. Instead of envisioning colors, you should focus on this center and breathe. Also, connect your tongue to the roof, and this is the true meditation.
Oh my God! Is that the true meditation?
If you can show me the grave site of anybody mentioned in the Bible. See, I told him about Jesus. They said, well, you ain't going to find Jesus there because he got up. Okay. Let's do anybody. Anybody. If you can show me, take me to the grave site of one person mentioned in the Bible, I will pay all your living expenses to the day I die.
Oh my God! I didn't know Judas was married. Which sign is that? What does it mean?
This is the oldest scam in the world, and I'm going to expose it.
What? No video with mobile.
There's no video. It's called the 3-shell game. I was in Italy and I saw a group of people playing. Look at this actor easily winning 20 euros. Every single person around me is in on this game. Watch this actor intentionally guessing the wrong shell, so I would think that if I made the bet, I would have won. But as soon as I bet the money, he steals the P, and it doesn't matter which shell I choose because they're all empty. He collects my money and reveals that the P was under a different shell. Let's watch it in slow motion. Pretty smooth, right? But I'm a magician. I know the secret, and I'm going to confront him.
I give the double, if you
Yeah,
forget.
50.
I'm
50.
sorry.
What about?
No, no,
Hey,
no,
where is
no,
that?
no, 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 no.
Waiting to die, essentially. I just felt myself in a moment, sort of a whooshing, and I was somewhere else. And all of a sudden, I was in a place where there was no pain, there was no violence. In fact, I was not aware that I was in my body, but it was me. And I said to myself, what the hell just happened to me? And as I said that, there was, I would say, appeared. At this point, it's very difficult to describe correctly what happens. I don't think we have the words in our vernacular to be accurate about it. Time and space is different. Obviously, whoever or whatever we are at that point are different. But I felt the presence of this being next to me. I only had the sense that it was a being that I knew quite well. And the being was communicating to me, I'm going to say telepathically, that I was okay and that everything was going to be okay. And so I remember sort of following this being a little bit, and there was just it felt like a few moments had transpired, and suddenly I saw my entire life began to play out in front of me. And I saw it from 3 perspectives simultaneously. And I guess you could say the first was the way I viewed it, the way I had viewed it as I had lived it. The second point of view was sort of the this omniscient point of view, where I was experiencing it as though I were sort of floating above it and watching it. And the third point of view was from the perspective of everyone with whom I had ever interacted. So my first memory of that review was when I was 4 years old. I had a friend. His name was John Arthur. We lived on the East Coast, and there was a very distinctive East Coast, what would I call it, accent, dialect. And so he called himself John Arthur. I would have called him John Arthur. But at any rate, John Arthur had apparently hit my younger brother. He's a year younger than I was, so he was only about 3 years old. And he came in crying, and I heard what had happened when he told me about it. So I went outside to go out and confront John Arthur. And as I did, I went out the front door, saw him in his yard next door. He waved and smiled and started running over to me. And I decided to duck around the corner of the house. And as I did that, I saw a stick about maybe 2 feet long, maybe about 3/4 of an inch or an inch around. I don't know what you'd call that in centimeters, 3 centimeters. And I picked up the stick, and as he came around the corner, I whacked him over the head with it. And he was very surprised, and he grabbed his head and started screaming. And I felt the blow. I felt how he felt. And that was how we proceeded. So every time I had interacted with someone and I had caused them joy or pain, I felt what I had done. And there were obviously experiences that I was not proud of at all. In fact, I was quite ashamed. And as I turned my attention to this being who I felt was beside me, I received no judgment whatsoever. It was as though I was washed over by a sea of this unconditional love. And that whatever judgment that would take place would be from myself, but from the perspective of the being that I was, and not from what I'll call an earthly perspective. And so it was more or less not so much right and wrong, but cause and effect. What did I learn from this? What can I take with me? That sort of thing. And as I began to ask questions about all of this, the answers would flow into me. And the more questions and the more questions I had and the more answers that flowed into me, the more questions I had, because it was like being connected really to the universe's best internet. There was an instantaneous and full and satisfactory answer to everything I ever had a question about. So, and it was as though I sort of had a new toy. It was amazing. And as I had all of my questions answered, I was then told, you can stay or you can go. Your life isn't complete, but it's your choice. So if you decide to stay here, there are agreements, or maybe we can call them contracts, with the other, I'm going to say, other souls that I would interact with in my life, in this lifetime. And I would have to rearrange with these people a way to interact with them in some other lifetime if I didn't go back and complete this one now. And I remember thinking, I don't want to have to come back and do it again. So I will go back. And I felt regretful about it, because it was a place where I'm going to say that I think on earth we feel like whatever sort of divinity there is
It's somewhere else, whether it's in heaven or some other dimension or whatever. But from my experience from this experience, it felt as though I were dwelling within the consciousness of God, and that we all did. We all do. That it's like we're all sort of bobbing around this ocean that is God, and this God is nothing but complete, unbelievable love.
Much love to all humans, man. You are all
If you
love.
catch yourself venting about someone else more often than not, then that's a sign you need better boundaries with them.
Ah, okay.
Погнали. Хорош, блин. Хорош, давай тащи, сейчас рыбка будет, чувствую. Раскрытие норм, блин. Комната маленькая, места мало, думаю, что-то сейчас возьмем. Все, давай, тащи по чуть-чуть, голова. Давай, вытаскивай. Сейчас рыбка будет. Фу, блин, ждем. Думаю, какого-то карасика хотя бы, да? Сидит, да, давай. Голова говорит, что рыба есть. Карасик-то сидит. Давай. Тащи легонько, чтобы не ушел, блин. Карманы маленькие. Удары есть? Удары есть. Хорош. Ух ты, ё! Там удары голова. Сейчас к тебе подойду поближе. Твою мать, я вижу там удары. Давай. Хорош, там что-то сидит, вижу сверху. Еще что-то есть. Хорош, ты взял голова.
Oh, is that a modern pond or what is that?
When something has happened that's hurt you, you need to make a conscious decision to move on. Now, it won't happen automatically. You have to say to yourself, I know this is hard, but I don't care how hard it is. I don't care how hurt I am. I'm not going to let this get the best of me. I'm moving on with my life. Things are getting better. Do this consciously and let me know how you go.
Thanks for watching up to this far, good people of God. You see, there's a lot of videos as past. Good voice videos, all types of videos. And I'd like to hear your comment and reviews about all of them, man. And like always, hit the like button, you see. Tell us what you're watching for and spread good love and vibes from wherever you are. You can be an ambassador of love and peace and unity from wherever you are. See? Peace be with you. Till we meet next time. Goodbye.